Today we are with everyone's favourite entry-level supercar, the Audi R8 V10. The R8 actually got its name from one of the most successful Le Mans prototype cars ever, the Audi R8 LMP, which consecutively won 5 of the 6 24-hour races that it entered. This particular car is a 2011 V10 manual, so it comes with the same 5.2 litre naturally aspirated engine that was in the Huracan and the later Gen 2 R8. It puts out about 520 horsepower, 530 newton meters of torque. You'll get to 60 in about 3.7 seconds and it will do a top speed of 195 mile an hour. It weighs around 1,600 kilos, so it's not light by any stretch of the imagination. But honestly, when you're driving it, you don't really feel it because it's got that lovely, famously good Audi Quattro system and its mid-engine, which we all know I love. These are one of the last NA gated manual supercars. I've spent the last few days with it and it is good. This particular spec still looks like a 100 grand car. These are definitely a future classic, and if you're thinking about getting in one, do so because they've gone up about 20 grand in the last couple of years. This particular car is on 19-inch PS4s all round, so perfect tyre for today, and we've got 8 pop brakes. Front space is not bad actually. You can probably fit a small suitcase in there or a couple of duffel bags and have a nice long weekend away. Right, let's take it for a drive and have a look at the interior. Interior wise, we have got these really lovely leather seats. Nothing too special about them to be honest, but they're nice and comfortable, kind of creak a little bit, but yeah. Behind the seats we've then got this nice little parcel shelf that you can put a bag on or something, and then the seats very helpfully come forward so that you can get to them, which is good. Then coming forwards we've got some nice cup holders, kind of in an inconvenient place. Ooh, Clio with a roll cage, nice. In terms of storage, we've got a little cubby in the door just next to the driver's seat, and then you've also got one in the passenger seat. We've then, in the armrest, which I am way too short to be able to actually use as an armrest, got a little cubby hole in there, which also has an aux cable input for you. And then the glove box is pretty much big enough to put a pair of sunglasses in, but that's about it. Centre console, we've then got some buttons. We've got ESP off, the hazard lights, then you've got the button that puts the wing up and down, so if you want it fixed up you can. It goes up in sport anyway, but if you want it fixed up you just press that button. And then you've also got the suspension button which switches between sport and non-sport handling, i.e. comfort handling. Then got this really, really lovely gear stick. Love the design on it, just looks really, really smart. Then above that we've got the general kind of buttons, heated seats and aircon and all that sort of stuff. And then above that you've also got this kind of small infotainment system which is really dated. It wasn't for the time, it's a 2011 car as you know, but the sat-nav is like one of those TomToms that you used to stick on the window. It's pretty bad. So probably would, if you're going to use the sat-nav, don't use the car one because it looks pretty naff. Then on the steering wheel's pretty bare to be fair for an Audi. Normally Audis have got buttons all over the place, but again for the time and the type of car that it is, it's actually really nicely laid out. You've got the up and down buttons so you can switch between radio stations if you've got the radio on, and it will, it will switch between your menus in that screen. You've got mode, which then changes the mode on the tiny little screen in the dashboard. And then you've got a voice activation button, and then you've got up and down volumes. That's it, there's not a lot else. Right, if you're looking for your petrol cap and you've just bought an R8 and you can't find it, and you're standing at the petrol station looking like a moron trying to figure out where it is below the interior door handle, kind of behind another little door handle, which I can only assume is holding on when you're drag racing or something. But yeah, it's in a stupid place, completely illogical, but I guess quite good for security, so that's where it is. And then just above that, you've also got the button for the front as well to get into that. Right, so to actually drive, to be honest, drives like an Audi, like what you would expect an Audi to drive like. It's a good, sturdy car. Things I don't like about it. I don't like the gears, how far apart they are. Gear stick, as I said, looks really, really nice, but the design of it's lovely. But you just feel like you're going into another country or something trying to change gear. I also don't like the parking sensors. Can't show you right now, but they will be beeping at you if there is something in the next village coming near you. They are so annoying. Trying to park it on the drive between a trailer and another car, and you just got no idea where you are because they're just constantly going off. And I also don't like the fuel economy. You have essentially got to take out a second mortgage to be able to run this thing. I have had it for 3 days, hasn't even clicked over onto the next 1,000 miles, and I've put 120 pounds in. I don't like how much it drops the revs when you change gear. It drops quite a lot. It almost feels like you have to kind of rev match it as you change up, otherwise you just lose a bit of momentum. But it's part of the character. You know that it's kind of, you know, you get used to it. So in terms of a dailyable supercar, very, very, very good. You can drive along at 30 mile an hour, doesn't feel uncomfortable, doesn't, you know, sometimes when you're driving cars with a lot of power, they kind of feel like they're just urging you to go and they kind of struggle at certain speeds. It doesn't have that at all. You can pretty much just pootle along at, you know, even if you got pootle along in a 20 mile an hour zone, it's still very, very good and very, very smooth to drive. Also, if you are driving through villages and whatnot and they've got speed bumps, again, really, really, really like okay with it, to be honest. It doesn't bottom out, doesn't have any drama. It's still quite smooth as you're going over the bumps. Just feels like a normal car when you're driving along at slow speeds. And also wet driving, really good. I guess obviously you've got the 4-wheel quattro Audi system, which is typically very good. Hang on one sec. Got the soundtrack. We'll get into that in a sec. But yeah, no, really, really good in the wet, really stable. You can push it along and it doesn't have any trouble. Also, the car's obviously on PS4s, so they're a really good wet tyre. Yeah, I mean, in terms of daily supercar, absolutely spot on, and you could have it as your only car, I would say. In terms of modes, so you've got sport and normal, essentially, but it's a suspension thing rather than an actual button with something like sport on it. So normal mode is very, very soft. You can drive along, you know, don't really feel anything. I'm just going to put it in normal mode now. We're on a relatively bumpy road. It's having roadworks done. Again, feels like you're just driving any Audi. It's absolutely fine. Then put it into sport suspension. Stiffens it up a lot, puts that wing up. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But even so, in sport, it's still not horrendous. Yeah, you're not driving around in something that's going to rattle you about. So this particular car has got an aftermarket Quicksilver exhaust on it. Funnily enough, when the owner come to a meet, someone else had an exhaust that sounded much, much, much better than his standard one, and he went and bought it pretty immediately. And my God, is it incredible. I mean, listen to that. Oh! Basically every single R8 needs that exhaust. This is the exhaust it should have come on. Now, one thing I will say about this is a lot of cars I get into and it kind of instills confidence immediately. This doesn't. This, you're kind of not sure what it's going to do, but when you actually start nailing it, it is so good. Like, the more you ask of it, the better it gets. I mean, there's sometimes you think, Jesus, I'm going to end up in a ditch here, and it just it doesn't. It powers straight through out of it. Oh my God, it's so good. So good. And funnily enough, it is just as good at doing that as it is sitting at 30 mile an hour. So it really, really, really is great daily and a great supercar. So the owner's suggestion was to, if it's not raining, put both windows down and I'm guessing enjoy the soundtrack and I don't know, the wind in your hair, whatever. But he is obviously male, has short hair, and I am not male. I have long hair and I am not about that wind in your face life, being cold, blah, blah, blah. So I tried it for about 3 seconds and then immediately put the windows up. But if you're a bloke and you've got an R8, worth doing the suggestion.
Could just tie your hair up.
I could do that, but I don't want to. That could go in the video. Gotta say, I have actually really come to love this car, and to be honest, if I didn't need a mum wagon to tow the Exige, which you're gonna see at some point on this channel, I would 100% look at buying one of these in a heartbeat. This really is so much car for the money, and also now that the R8 has been discontinued, you know, you've got a manual NA supercar. You haven't got many of those about. It's going to be a fun, reliable, safe investment, I would say. So if you're considering one, definitely I would suggest doing it quickly. They're going up in money. It's just an absolutely brilliant car. I actually like the fact that it hasn't got a load of tech and a load of driving aids. Again, adds to the character of the car. I don't know, just, yeah, what a fantastic car. I'm really looking forward to doing the Gen 2 now. Right, fun factor, I'm gonna go with a 9. It's definitely up there. Again, nothing is the Exige, so it's not a 10, but I'm gonna give it a solid 9. It's really, really, really good to drive. I'd say practicality, I'm gonna go with a 7, I think. Reasonable, decent sized boot. You can daily it, really, really nice daily. Yeah, I mean, it's just a brilliant car. Yeah, I mean, not even like a slight bit of slip there. Just the speed you can go around corners is mental, like actually mental. I can't get over how good this thing is. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything in future. Also, drop a comment and let me know what you think of the video and if there's any other cars that you'd like to see me review. Otherwise, I will see you next week.